Get yourself some sassy pants.
Oh, I've got him.
Where did Betty go? Betty was here a second ago. I think he ran away.
He's in my Discord.
Oh, okay. Should we move?
Yeah, let's move. Coach Mafia Cheese.
What's up? We were talking about strategies.
We were talking about Sky getting sassy pants.
Well, isn't Mafia Cheese coaching Radiant?
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, well...
He should not be
He
here,
needs to be on the Noda Discord then, with those
I'm not
peeps.
gonna actually tell them anything.
Yeah.
I'm just
Fired.
gonna observe from
We're
Worst couch
planning it
ever.
for next game, when me and him are gonna team up against everyone and lose.
Okay, well, here we go. Into a ranked all-pick game of Embu Spirit Plus versus 4 Friends and a Fish. These are pretty creative names, I like them.
I like the fish.
Right? I like that
All
fish
right,
a lot too.
I'm betting on 4 friends and a fish, guys, because they have a
Is that
nice...
Kirby and Mr. Game & Watch?
It is! It is. See, like, there's some benefit to both of them. Oh man. Okay, so there's a couple things that I did not tell you about, Moxie, that we're going to be doing with this whole, you know, cast slash decision making, etc. sort of analysis concept that we're doing here. Whoever we decide, so is the worst on each team is actually, or excuse me, in each game is actually going to get a 2-hour coaching session on top of it too. So since we're doing 2
cool.
in-houses tonight, that's kind of like not necessarily. Now this isn't who literally has the worst MMR. It's who performed the worst or who could benefit the most. You know, however.
Yeah, I
you
like
do
you
it.
saying it benefit the most, because otherwise
That
it just
sounded
sounds really awful.
better.
Nah, I know.
Yeah.
I say it however I want to, given my frame of mind. So, hey, anyway.
The person who could use, you know, the encouragement
Exactly,
coaching.
exactly. And also, at the end of the night, since I'm a whore and I probably bought like 20 sets of treasures from the Treasure 4 because I wanted the Dazzle set, I'm going to be giving away some sets from the Treasure 4 set tonight, too.
Woo!
So that'll be towards the end of the stream, so if you just kind of want to whore yourself out for items, that'll happen on the late night, but we will be doing a winner from each of these games also. As a viewer, too, if you are providing beneficial input or insight for these individual players, I'll be taking notes. And whoever gives the best insight to a player on the team across the game for something that would impact their performance in future games, you will also receive an item. So that's kind of a little bit of a play of what I'd like to do here to encourage you know, the viewers getting into it and, you know, a little bit of kickback for the people participating too. So
Mafia, they picked Tinker. How we feeling about this?
I'm gonna tell them how to rape that shit.
yeah, because they've got Coach Mafia Cheese on that.
Yeah, right. I'm telling my team to pick fun heroes and
man.
just have a good time. But Elsie and Spectre are already super good against Tinker. Not sure. I hope it's not a jungle legion, that's all I gotta say.
I mean, it looks like it's an Offlane Legion.
Well, then we're good.
Awesome name too, Gazorpazorp Field.
Yeah, Gazorpazorp, he knows what's up. He kills people and stuff.
You do know you have open mic on Dota 2.
Yeah, it's because you're supposed to hit the mute casters button because that allows it so it's casted in game, so the casting is with the replay.
Oh, there it is. I couldn't find it. I found it finally.
Mute co-casters, and looks
Yeah.
Sparhawk picking up his Earth Spirit as he generally does.
I hope he loses now.
I know, right? Bullet spirit.
Mafia Cheese, your team better win, man. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, but Call Arena's playing Earth Spirit, so we're gonna lose the early game.
Apparently we're not hearing Moxie in game.
That's because I have not enabled that, because I had no idea I was going to be joining you on this.
Hey, I'm just reporting from the people that are apparently watching through client.
I am in game now. Look at me. Look at me talk.
Dun dun dun.
All of those things of us talking now. Alright, so we've got some pretty interesting drafts from both teams. The Storm Spirit kind of threw me for a question mark, but I'm sure they'll make it work. He's the highest MMR on their team, though, too, so that, I hope, is not just him being unfair.
No. Storm Spirit's not a stomp pick for an in-house.
Yeah,
No.
but he's still
Tinker shits
mechanically
on Storm.
probably going to be higher off.
No, Storm shit's on Tinker, dude.
Yeah.
I would
You got
pick
that backwards.
Tinker in the
Spectre shits on Tinker, and Legion Commander potentially shits on Tinker.
fight. If you get a blink, yeah.
If you get, like, good positioning and a good head start in the game, to where you can YOLO duel the Tinker.
Yo, I like his set, though, on Storm Spirit.
30 seconds.
Yeah, he's got a really, really high turtleneck. Okay, so we've got Jakiro from Stakes, we've got Dumb Panda on the Spectre, and then we've got Dakota on the Dire side, just kind of walking around and stuff.
The Radiant's courier game is quite strong here. Digging their faceless bricks.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a skirmish coming off on the bottom lane right now, and they are going to be able to secure the bounty rune for Storm Spirit. So it looks like Dire's rolling out with a 2-1-2 lane. Colorino kicks Stakes up there! Oh no! Oh no.
He's fine, he's the dragon. He can fly away, right?
He is a dragon. He is a dragon.
I'll use both those heads to figure it out.
Oh no! Oh no! He ate all the trees! Oh god! Poor Stakes! He's just hanging out as a sad dragon. Okay, hilarity aside. Oh, I realize my music's still probably very loud. Okay, cool. So we've got high ground vision here for the Tinker in mid, so that'll help him in terms of getting his own last hits a little bit easily secured. Storm Spirit's really just hanging back, and he's going to let that lane get pushed up. Now, in the bottom, it's a solo Spectre against an Undying and an Earth Spirit, and an Earth Spirit's going to be able to zone the Spectre relatively easily. And they're not dedicating any time to keeping that courier away from Stakes. So, in the offlane right now for the Radiant, we've got a 2-2 lane. We've got Thanatos, who's an Obsidian, or Outworld Devourer, with, I mean, they're kind of like dragons. Winter Wyvern's kind of a dragon. They've got multiple dragons.
I don't think Godie's a dragon.
He's a demon thing. I'm not sure. How would you want to, like, exactly equate it out to?
He's
Didn't
the
you read the
devourer
War
of
of the
worlds.
Heroes?
Not for a long time. I'm
so proud of everyone buying wards in this game.
They've
Way
got some
better than my
vision.
ranked matches.
Yeah, they've got vision. They've got the small camp blocked out for the Radiant right now, and
Moxie knows all about my ranked matches.
I think we all.
We've
know.
got a stack over here too. What is this?
Yeah, both
This is
sides are actually
Dota
doing
2.
the same thing right now. As you notice, the Radiant is pulling their large camp that's stacked, and the Dire was too. But the Radiant are actually contesting the Dire's pull of it right now, so that's pretty handy for them. And we're just looking in the laning. Who are you gonna give it to right now? We've got a Storm Spirit and a Tinker in mid. Storm's already burned out all of his regeneration, as has the Tinker. But CS-wise, they're trading relatively fair. I know Dave's all fanboy over this Legion Commander in the offlane, but OD against Legion?
No, the Legion's gonna get shit on.
Yeah.
It should just be a solo Legion for levels.
So you're thinking that if they ran it as a safe tri-lane, that it would be good?
Yeah. I mean, Jakiro can't really do much first, Undying or Earth Spirit. Whereas, if they had to Disruptor, if the Earth Spirit rolls in, he can phase them back.
Alright, so they're looking to have a little bit of a skirmish down here. Dumb Panda has used his Spectre Dagger to fly into the trees. That's really good for him, and he also has a Quelling Blade, so he can get himself moved out afterwards, too.
Oh, there might be a kill top. There is going to be a kill.
That's First Blood. Frankie actually able to secure it there on the Winter Wyvern. Oh, so fancy.
This is a really bad play by OD.
Yeah, and Gazorp actually planted a Happy Tree and then ate it to get
Well, you noticed
bonus
there's
regen.
deforestation right there.
You know, it's true.
Trying to do his part.
You plant a tree and then you eat it.
It's pretty even in middle so far.
Yeah, right now the Tinker. Actually, I would give it to the Tinker a little bit more so than the Storm Spirit. But Storm.
Well, the Storm just got a regen, so
yeah, he'll be able to
that
come back
evens
in
it all up.
strong. Got some pings coming out for some reason or another from the Dire. Not sure. What
I like that the Winter Wyvern's stacking for the Tinker for later in the game. Although he failed to stack.
He did miss the stack, but the thought counts, but not entirely when you miss. Storm Spirit's trading hits very well with the Tinker right now, because Tinker didn't go for a laser rocket build. Storm is going to slowly be able to pressure him down, and then he'll be able to use the regeneration to fully heal up. And then at that point, Tinker will probably be low on regen, so he'll be able to turn it in his favor.
Oh, are they looking for the gank?
Stakes with the Ice Path. A little bit off the mark. Generally with the Ice Path, because of the time it takes for it to form, it'll be better for you to do it in anticipation of where you think they'll go.
Winter Wyvern with the smoke.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's going to look to try and
bait out
expect
Tinker.
here. Yeah, the Storm Spirit's pretty low too. I think they're going to try and bait the Tinker in the top, but smoke is popped, and a level 2 Winter Wyvern with a Tinker is not really going to do anything. Looks like a little bit of misuse of Splinter Blast. Maybe not recognizing exactly how that ability works.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
And Tinker's used a haste rune to just casually walk back to mid and keep farming.
I would say like the big downside is like now the Earth Spirit and Winter Wyvern, because they're roaming, aren't staying bot lane, so he's free to farm. Spectre's doing way better.
No, it's interesting that they're just kind of leaving her alone
Yeah.
and not pressuring.
The best way to shut down a Spectre is early game.
And they're not doing any of that at all.
Yep.
They had the Undying down here, which could have been really, really good if they had known that Spectre was running out of mana for that dagger.
Oh. Shit. Fix this.
Cookies, we hear feedback.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it. Wait, which one is it? Wait, where's my headphone?
Alright, so Stakes is doing a little bit more harassment on Colorino down here, but Colorino already has the bottle, and he has a salve too, so he'll be able to trade his regen with them very well. Spectre doesn't have any regeneration himself, aside from these Fairy Fires. Power Treads will be good for last hitting and just trading around his stats, but I think if Colorino plays his cards right, he'll be able to bully the Spectre out of the lane. Bet Radiant all. Coming out of baddie.
Wait. Better?
again, another misuse of Splinter Blast, not recognizing how it needs to be used exactly in the game. So for those watching, Splinter Blast is done by a shattering effect. The person that you cast it on isn't exactly who it's hit. We hear you the whole time.
Okay.
So the Splinter Blast, if cast on like this Satyr Banisher, for instance, would fracture off, and then the damage would actually be applied to the Hellbear Smasher and the Satyr Tormentor. So
Kira might die. Yep. Can they get the Spectre? Yep.
oh wow, Colorino actually able to stay alive in that prospect. Couple clutch bottle uses. Oh, and we've got the Spectre buyback.
Agreed.
Oh, he gets him! He gets him!
Oh wow. That's way too risky. I would have waited for my Spectre Dagger.
That was super greedy.
Yeah.
The only reason he lived the first
I
time
don't
is
think that's
because
even
the
worth it.
zombies slowed him down.
Wait, what level is he? He's level 6, he's an offlane, doesn't have very much... Yeah, that wasn't worth it at all, because like, that offlane doesn't have much gold levels. I mean,
Well, they were pulling the large camp relatively aggressively, for the Radiant at least.
Yeah.
A little bit of fighting going on up top. Legion Commander and the Disruptor, and they're going to be able to just kind of square off and go back to their tower, go back to for farming and things like that.
Hey, Mafia Cheese, what team are you the coach of, the Radiant or the Dire team?
The Radiant.
Okay.
Yeah, we just got him casually sitting in here. In the caster commentary section.
I hope that they realize too that the Winter Wyvern's ultimate, like they can't do damage during it, because a lot of people have forgotten about that change.
I don't think he knows how to play the hero very much.
He's misused the Splinter Blast every single time.
Yeah.
He just
That's
cast
a
it
good.
again
He's a
and-
good candidate
and
for the
he's-
coaching
he's
sessions. You know.
misused it again.
Especially for the Winter Wyvern specifically.
I mean, he might be really good, it's just he's never played Winter Wyvern before.
That's a
I
possibility.
wonder if someone asked them to play it, like...
Well,
Yeah.
they do have a coach on their team.
It's
Not
true,
sure-
Mr.
sure
Cheese.
No, that's Dire. That's Dire
That's
Winter
Dire.
Wyvern. And
Oh, I
the
don't
coach on
know.
their team is like 5.3. So I'm not sure what sort of insight he's giving him right now, but proper use of Splinter Blast would definitely be helpful for him.
Fungus
My
says he's
insight
telling
was to
him,
use
but he's
Divine
not listening.
Courage.
Divine Courage?
I told my team to use Divine Courage for their item builds.
Yeah, how's that working out for you? Are
I guess
they?
we'll see. We'll see what they rolled.
Looks like the Legion Commander is going for an armlet.
Yeah, that's his armlet.
That's part of his Divine Courage.
Armlet Rush? That's terrible. I would please get boots, then rush Armlet. By itself,
No, it's
by
Divine
itself
Courage.
just
You're
gives
supposed to build Trolley. That's how we're
Yeah,
doing.
Divine Courage is that you just build whatever items it tells you to buy.
We got plus 10
Oh, the
damage
duel!
up top.
No, no!
Oh, nice.
Completely missed
Beautiful
it.
astral to set it up. Anti-astral.
I mean, if you're good with armlet toggles, it's actually really good for Legion.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
really good for if you fall behind, because then it like totally makes up for your lack of dual damage to be able to kill someone and
Dakota should die.
acquire duels.
We've got
Like if
two
it's not a good
drops.
blade mail game, armlet's alright.
Nope.
Cole's gonna
Check out
jump in on
bottom.
Stakes in
stakes.
trouble.
Yeah, the tombstone is down. It's doing heavy damage here. He's gonna fall.
Stakes need some boots.
Yeah, boots would be pretty damn helpful.
Look
But-
at these
Yeah.
zombies fighting the...
See, Stakes is falling into a very common trend that supports will fall into, where they just keep putting all their money into wards. When
Yeah, and then you don't
Sometimes-
have boots or anything.
exactly, they need to recognize that they need to take the time that the
I
wards can
think
sometimes
the
wait.
what's it, the video called is like how to be a better support. That shows like how to manage your items and time properly. Like you don't even need this many wards. Like you can just save up your gold to buy some like boots or something like anything that you can necessarily just survive with.
Yeah, absolutely. And Legion Commander's now going to be able to exploit armlets hoggling with press the attack, so that should be
Yeah.
pretty good for her in these fights. Proving well, as she already has 10 dual damage from that first kill up top.
And, like, if you're thinking about like it's only 10 damage, like when it's in, I don't think like the effectiveness by itself, the armor by itself isn't that effective. I would think like if you wanted to get like more effectiveness out of this, you could have gotten like boots of, you could have upgraded his boots. Even gotten the what's it called, talent for cost for farming, but because like right now doesn't have very much farm at all.
Well, apparently the coach of the Radiant told them to do Divine Courage for all their item builds. So, the items that they may be getting may or may not be applicable or relevant to the characters as much, but we'll see.
Nah, I don't think anyone's doing it.
Yeah? Okay.
Nah.
No, Armlet's actually
The
legit
game's
build
too
on
close.
Legion.
If it was a stomp, like if it was very unbalanced teams, we were totally gonna do it though.
Okay, because
Storm's rushing
there
silence.
is viability to an armlet on Legion, but if you're looking in terms
But
of an
by itself.
optimization, there are better items.
Yeah, but-
Yeah.
Like, if you want optimization, like, armor's like one of the best DPS items overall, like, just for the cost efficiency, but by itself, it isn't. Like, it needs another at least item to complement it.
Alright, so back in on the bottom, we've got a bit of a fight breaking out, and Tinker's going to use his first Boots of Travel. He's going to get the missile off, and Stakes is going to fall again.
There's a dual top,
Yeah,
and the 20 damage on.
Armlet on Legion is gonna become more popular again because people have started going drums treads on her, and Armlet offers you the same sort of like playstyle as drums, but a little bit stronger if you're good at using it.
So are you
Yeah.
saying that they're doing both
There's been a
drums
shift
and
in the
armlet
meta.
on Legion, or is it the
No, no,
Legion
no.
getting the benefit of the drums from other people on the team?
No, I'm saying that the playstyle now is to tank up and fight early mid game. That's why a lot of heroes are getting drums now. And Armlet gives you the same sort of capability, but it's stronger. And if it's a game where they don't really have like tick damage or like constant damage, and you can Armlet toggle really well, then it gives you a lot more than drums would. Plus, it makes your duels hit way the fuck harder.
Yeah, but like, they have Earth Spirit, they have Winter Wyvern, they have Undying, those heroes would just destroy
Colorino's
your armor.
initiating on Storm Spirit in mid. He's able to connect with the first rock and the full.
Oh,
Oh, what a big roll! He's not going to be able to get in on them. He's still diving! Dumb Panda! He's going to look for the relocate.
Just
Get the
take
haste.
out.
And Colorino, he's out!
Wow.
Wow, what a dive.
What a
Nice
play.
kill.
What a play.
Middle tower is being attacked.
With the rolling boulder and everything, that was a pretty nice pursuit. And now we've got Stakes that's been left alone with this Undying in the safe lane. He's getting some last hits, but he still doesn't have his boots. He chose to upgrade his magic wand instead of getting his boots. And I know
Yeah,
he's been
that's still a
purchasing the
problem.
wards for the team as well, and his wards also got countered recently too. So it's really just kind of like a really sharp dagger on the side a little bit.
But the problem is, like, he helps his team, for example, like, he gets wards to help the team, like, to not get ganked, but on the other hand, like, he makes it even worse for his team because he's gonna feed on, like, he's gonna keep on dying, like, 0 and 5, like,
Oh, and Frankie
That's
and
the problem with
Stakes,
these.
they're able to pincer Dakota, and they're gonna kill him with a
Nice.
very well-used Ice
that's
Path
getting me
and
too.
Disruptor Ultimate. Uh-oh, here comes Tinker. He's just now revealed that he has the
pushing.
Blink Dagger online. And here
Oh,
comes the
that's-
No,
march.
he relieved
terrible.
it. He showed it off top against Legion earlier.
did he? Oh, okay.
Spectre might be dead.
Uh-oh, Storm Spirit has now jumped onto Thanatos. Thanatos is now phased out the Storm Spirit, but he's gonna die to an easy glimpse.
Yeah. They tried to give the kill to Stone Spirit. I disrupted it. He died to the last Thunderstrike.
So meanwhile, again, Winter Wyvern in the Dire Jungle, trying to get more stacks for the Tinker,
Radiant's
for
middle
her
tower is being attacked.
her team to farm up.
Wouldn't even be worth it to stack it anymore. Someone else should farm the jungle, like one of these supports.
Well,
What's even
anyone
stacked?
should farm it if it gets stacked, but she didn't successfully stack it anyway.
Yeah.
It was around the time
That's
when she
just a waste
should
of
have,
time.
but it was a little bit off. So it ends up being a time waste.
Yeah. I don't think they have, like, I guess they have Tinker. Except Tinker, they don't have anyone, like, who can just flash farm those stacks. And, like, if you want to, like, give stacks to Tinker, you want to, like, give him before he has the item so he
Well,
can, like,
actually,
accelerate and
Winter
get the
Wyvern
blink
can
for
flash
them.
farm the stacks with her present
yeah.
build
Underblast.
if she recognizes it. But right
He's
now
about to
she's
die.
just standing right in that Macropyre, and here comes Colorino with a rolling boulder and a smash of his.
Oh, that's still gonna hit.
Let's see.
Oh, let's just watch this orb fly across the map.
He already died.
Yeah, I
to
know.
her spirit.
Well, I was
Cool.
still watching it fly across the map.
They're just destroying everyone. Okay, someone more. Wow.
Radiant's bottom tower is demolished. Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Tinker is pressuring the Storm Spirit pretty heavily, and yeah, for some reason Storm jumped in on Tinker like he was gonna stop him in time.
I think he thought he had his silence stick already.
Yeah, he doesn't have that. And it's not like it's on... Oh, it is on the courier, with the exception of the recipe, though. That was a really aggressive smoke to immediately just jump on the tower right afterwards. It's kind of questionable.
Earth Spirit just making all these plays happen for him.
Yeah, meanwhile, in the top lane, Legion Commander now at plus 30 duel, about to hit level 11, and choosing to go Shadow Blade this game instead of a Blink Dagger. What's your thoughts on that, Batty, since you have been doing a plethora of Legion Commander spamming?
I prefer to get both, but Shadow Blade does a lot. I mean, it's an escape better than Blink in my opinion. Plus, you can always upgrade it to disable passives. I don't really think there's any good ones in this though.
OD?
There aren't really any passive
Aura
effects.
does not
like,
get
like Aura, but
disabled.
that doesn't.
Does
Yeah.
that get disabled?
It does get
I think
disabled.
No, it doesn't.
It's an
I don't think
Aura.
it does.
Oh yeah, it's an Aura. Oh yeah, Auras don't get disabled. I forgot about that one.
So they
But it also gives a bunch of damage and attack speed, which Blink doesn't give. So,
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Alright. Thanatos is gonna find Frankie here. Frankie doesn't know he's in Viz. Uh-oh, Dumb Panda has now initiated on Dakota. The tomb has been dropped. Dumb Panda's immediately gonna TP out. We've got a duel on the backside. Legion Commander is going for the Earth Spirit.
laser.
Thanatos is actually gonna use his Sanity's Eclipse to get the kill. And here comes Dumb Panda. He's jumped back into the fight after his use of his ultimate. Colorino's gonna fall. And now it's a man fight between Dumb Panda and Thanatos. And the tombstone is there. And the Spectre's is gonna fall.
For OD.
OD is he's getting scary. He's a monster.
Tinker
Yeah.
did so much work in that. Lasering the Legion so he dies really quick. So Earth can kill one more person.
Yeah, having that mischance as a Legion Commander who's dueling someone that makes you a sad Legion Commander pretty quickly. Unless you're a masochist, and then you're like, alright, cool.
And Storm got his Orchid finished right now.
Oh, there we go.
And he
And
picks
a
off
cool-
OD,
and nice.
750 gold going his way.
750. Wow, that's a lot of gold.
And that was the kill pre-Orchid, so now he has his
Oh, he
Orchid.
can go. He can go
And
for
now
the
he's gonna get
Winter
another
Wyvern if
kill,
he
I
just
think, if he
jumps
wants
up.
to.
Oh
I
my
don't think
god!
they have
like,
vision on him, Adam.
big kill.
He saw him go up, but he didn't follow.
I guess he didn't watch the minimap or he didn't watch the health.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Yeah, and that would have been another free kill.
I can see all the Radiant over here with the sword. Just see them hanging out there.
Yep.
They're just having a party around the Ancients. You know, everybody's got to farm it at the same time.
4, 5, 3, 1, 1.
Enemy Earth Spirit has a Helm of Iron Will. We know what that
If I was a
means.
Legion,
Go on.
I would go Halberd after my Shadow Blade, because you're gonna need it late game for Outward Devour.
Yeah, so we know that the
Oh,
Earth Spirit is
yours
going to be building towards
for
a
your
friendly
veil now.
Discord. Yeah. So
Oh
that-
yeah, that's like very overpowered.
Oh,
under
apparently
threat.
there's a dual victory on the Earth Spirit too. He's got
Yeah.
plus
Yeah,
one.
that's
got
what
that
from
last
that
fight.
Yeah,
laser.
that's funny.
Yeah, the last fight.
What he's basically gonna have to do is Halberd the OD and duel the Earth Spirit, or Tinker somehow.
See, this is why I don't like, for example, like going for these items, like for example, rushing, like just rushing a straight out item on a hero, then like, because for example, like Legion Commander, like you rush an item, so
Big
that's
jump
a
from
Blink
Storm
Dagger, that's
Spirit
okay,
on
but
Winter
like, you can get a
Wyvern.
couple of duels, but for example, like if you rush an item like Armored, they're like, that doesn't give you an initiation, like it's like, they're like, they have Winter Wyvern, they have so many heroes that can save
This
people.
whole fight, Dakota was just sitting in the macro power,
Yeah.
eating it the whole fight. But he's gonna live thanks to the OD and Soul Rip. I don't think he noticed yet.
I feel if the Legion went in,
He was just like,
and
oh shit, I lived.
Legion should have pressed and attacked himself and killed the Tombstone. Like, it's a really good counter to Tombstone.
Yeah.
Top tower is under
But he just ran away.
But then you have to sit like in the middle of like a team fight, just like being your first target they can hit.
Well, I think Legion needs to get a lot of items in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Like,
what I was saying,
Blade
like,
Mail would be
on Legion,
so
like,
beneficial. We need the initiation as well.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna need a BKB too.
Yeah, she needs like Shadow Blade, BKB, at least like another movement speed item.
Radiant's
guess
The sad part is like the Spectre is basically a non-factor because he has no farm.
Yeah, Spectre actually opted to go for Vanguard and now going for the Yasha. So his impact is going to be extremely limited, and with that early buyback to secure that 1 kill on top of it, I'd say he's been pretty consistently sitting far behind. If we're looking at the overall net worth right now, Spectre around 6,000 net worth.
Wow.
So not really where you want to be, but if we're looking at, oh, actually, we've got a little bit of initiation going off in mid. Colorino has now jumped on to the Panda Man, and he's committed his ultimate for this too, and he's been dropping more boulders, but Colorino has been glimpsed back. Oh, a big kick! It doesn't connect, but hello Reddit. He's going to jump in as the Tinker and get a kill.
I mean, he already has Scythe.
Yeah, that's crazy. But he's committed to all of his mana here, so he's not going to be able to do anything else here. And Storm Spirit's going to get ulted! Which does nothing.
Save the Tinker.
Uh-oh.
It saves the Tinker.
Thanatos has the Orchid. Thanatos has used the Orchid on the Storm Spirit, and he's going to fall, I think. Yep, there he goes. Oh no.
Yeah. This game is very one-sided for the Dire, especially because like Spectre won't be getting up anytime soon. I think he already has like 2 or 3 core items. And even Auto Devourer.
And it looks like Earth Spirit is going to have the Veil really, really soon. He's got double robe in the stash. He has the Helm Iron Will sitting on another 500. They're just going to keep snowballing at this point for when they take over the game. And it looks like Frankie's going to get caught out. Oh, great use of the Force Staff here. And Spectre has now jumped into the fight. I don't know if this has been the best decision here. Oh, God. OD's able to tear him up. But here comes the Legion Commander duel. And a double kill going for the way of the Radiant. And I think they're going to get Dakota also.
Wow. Did you guys see the OD just run away from that duel instead of hitting him once? Like, that could have turned way back on them.
Thanatos' damage.
He saw that bounty rune and he had to go.
Sometimes you just gotta get a bounty rune. It takes you to that happy place. What do you know about that happy place?
You gotta get that money, man.
So much money.
I can only see Radiant staying in this if they can somehow make the Dire make more mistakes again like that.
And some BKBs. Just that would help, like, a lot.
I mean,
Storm's going for
Spirit's
soul.
rushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going for
not
soul
going
booster
BKB.
into Bloodstone.
I think Legion could
That's
either be going
that's
BKB.
the pretty OG Storm Spirit build. It's Orchid into Bloodstone or Bloodstone into Orchid.
See, that won't work because he needs magical. Like he needs somehow survive all the control
needs
that
BKB.
Dire has.
He
He needs BKB,
absolutely.
yeah, magical resistance.
BKB
There's
would
no
be
way
very
this is gonna
helpful.
work.
Or he would have to have a Yules in place of that Orchid, perhaps, to get that silence off of him. But at this point, he's far too committed.
For that, like they have Earth Spirit, they have OD, they have like all these controls. Like
Exactly. At this point, BKB is going to be necessary.
Yeah, like I think like this is gonna be game mode. Like if he finishes this soul booster like without getting at least like 3 or 4 kills, like compensate onto that, like he's gonna probably like you can lose your game.
Yeah, they're going to GG this because they almost have the mech and they have a Veil. They can just team fight and push it.
Yeah, they can just spam like the tombstone, like that, the tomb tank decrease and just hit the tower. That's 5.
I think it's interesting to note the fact that Legion does have, you know, her Shadow Blade, and we're not seeing any sentries being placed either.
I don't think
them.
she's even used the Shadow Blade effectively yet either. She hasn't
She
looked
used
like
it the once to try and engage, but backed up.
Yeah.
But no,
But like even when you're pushing, like you should have some sort of detection and know that, you know.
Well, the enemy
I'm gonna-
team hasn't worried about it just yet.
I'm gonna give you a tip, Moxie. Even at
they have, like,
5k,
50
people don't.
50 damage, that's 26 minutes. Like, I wouldn't consider that as a factor. Like, even if she does ult somebody, they can just kill that person to get like 3 damage off their team.
And Legion just used a Shadow Blade to try and initiate on Tinker, and it didn't happen.
Yeah. I think there's way too one.
For him to catch Tinker, he needs a Blink Dagger too.
Probably. But like the only way that ideally would have been hit from the Shadow Blade once, immediately into duel, instantly, no opportunity for press the attack or
you can just
anything. Because
instantly, like,
yeah,
just
instant
duel.
scythe, or the instant scythe could just happen, and then there will be no duel.
Yeah. That's why sometimes I press the attack, then I go invis. That way I don't have to worry about doing it later.
Comes the Tinker again. He's just gonna keep throwing out the march.
Well, they're
miss the
failed
spam,
and their Earth Spirit ult.
I would just like
wrecking
wait
them.
for next
So much
replay here
damage.
and just put a tomb. Just push into this fight there. Don't have to just
Oh wow!
do here.
Earth Spirit was
Echo
able to
Fire.
take out the Disruptor there with the overwhelming amount of magic damage and the damage over time.
OD's
It's
getting
going
Blink
Roshan.
Dagger.
You're going safe. I don't think you need the Roshan for it, to be honest. You just spam like I said,
Earth
just put
Spirit's
a
getting
tombstone
Blade
and,
Mail.
like just push. Like put a tombstone, put a ward here, and just push it. Don't really need this Roshan. I guess they can always be safe because like the last time like they tried to push, they died out.
I would just push bottom into their base.
Earth Spirit opted for a Blade Mail.
Yeah.
Do you like
yeah,
this?
yeah, sure, why not?
I mean,
Like,
he's the
because
one
he's like-
initiating
he's
their
gonna-
fights for them, so yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna roll in. He's gonna be frontline tanking. Always be the first guy. Then like Undying and OD and the others follow
Yeah,
up.
Undying almost has his mechanism too.
It gives you a hard problem because when he rolls in, it's either I attack him with Blade Mail or I just let him use his spells.
Yeah, and OD has his Blink Dagger also now, so that sort of initiation
Oh,
would be kind of interesting.
What?
You know, a Blink
Oh,
Orchid
okay.
initiation.
Spectre rolled it
Tinkers
onto
did
the
it.
top lane and they killed Tinker with Stone Spirit.
Nice. They need
But
those
they traded a
picks.
tower for that. Is it worth it?
I
No?
don't think they
so.
need Tinker though to
No.
push high ground.
Well, it was
Yeah,
900
definitely
gold.
worth
That's a
it.
mega kill streak going to Storm Spirit. He needs
Oh, yeah.
anything he can get at this point.
Like, right now would be a good time for Legion to Shadow Blade
There it
into.
goes.
Legion's
Ah.
pretty dead.
Yeah, he should have Shadow Blade and scouted to see who was there, and then duel someone.
Oh no, Disruptor! Just dying.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's
a
just
giant troll.
dying to that. Oh god. The Blade Mail.
Oh no. I would just. Yeah. Like the thing is, like they threw a giant teamfight ultimate with his Spectre's haunt onto a solo kill.
Oh, casual ultimate for used on the Storm Spirit
And-
by Winter Wyvern, which actually ends up
survived,
saving
and they
him.
couldn't. Winter Wyvern is
Disruptor's gonna
tanking
die.
the macro fire.
Glorino's getting pulled into the well very slightly, and he's
They're
been hit with the
dying.
Orchid. There comes the Blade Mail. Storm Spirit will probably be able to burst him down and go back to heal.
A little greedy.
And look, Tinker's back, so they can just.
Oh, how nice of
You
them.
just push into the.
That was a big jump by Storm Spirit. I'm surprised they didn't notice that he had not enough mana to keep fighting. Tinker could have had a kill opportunity out of that one.
Almost people like won't have that fast of reflexes.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
He tried to pretty much just like to clear the creep wave with his ultimate and just
They
back
can
off
fight
instantly.
this.
Yeah, I think the Dire are absolutely just gonna kill Storm right now.
Is he
Yeah.
gonna duel?
His game's over.
Oh, he got the dual kills! Plus 72.
Oh, nice.
Look at him.
22 damage. Yeah, that's pretty low.
And dead. But he
Yeah.
got the duel! Hey, that's a thing.
He didn't need to duel that. I would have
Oh,
right.
no.
Like, Cody has like 60 damage.
No, they're
with
going
his-
in one by one! Why are they doing this?
OD has 70 intelligence stolen. Like, that's pretty much LC's whole goal.
70!
Yeah.
It's a very smart OD.
I has enough with all my spells.
Oh man.
I'll be releasing a book later this year.
You think it'll take him that
Oh,
long? He's got
fun.
plus 70 intelligence.
Yeah, I know,
He'll
right? Well,
he'll
it'll
have
be
it
out
up at the end
faster
of the
than
game.
the Gurm books.
Oh jeez.
The Radiant team just
That-
has too greedy
used
of a line.
Eble.
That catapult!
Oh, they should have killed the melee ranks first because melee ranks can regen. To do with finish push. Send like don't die or something. I guess they can.
It looks like Cole will.
no,
Try to.
he's gonna die.
He's gonna try to. He's gonna get hit
Yeah.
by everything and he's gonna fall.
Yeah.
And Storm Spirit's angry! He's got his Bloodstone, so he'll be able to come back into this game with a little bit more vengeance.
See, like the thing is, like they cleared them off.
Now Dakota's
like,
gonna
they
get picked
started
off
pushing
here.
left
He
and-
drops some vision. Winter Wyvern's nearby. He's gonna pull him in, and that's another dual kill going in. And Storm Spirit's still looking for blood. He doesn't have enough mana to really commit onto this. So I'm happy that he's backing off, but Dire are throwing away some lives.
Dire, like, I guess, like even how much they're trolling, like how much Dire is trolling this, like they're still gonna probably win this. Doesn't,
they've
it
got
doesn't
well
matter how
over
much ahead
50.
they are.
Yeah, they've got a little under a 15k lead right now in terms of net worth. Experience-wise, sitting around 10k as well. So
Yeah.
is not very good.
Legion's being too passive with his ult too. Like he waits till they're almost dead instead of using the whole 4 to 5 seconds of it.
I don't think looking at this game, I don't think he's being passive as much. He's not getting any chances because he went for this site, and that the enemy has so much control and he doesn't have anything to surprise or pick somebody off on the back side of the fight. So he pretty much didn't get any chance. His 80 damage, pretty much all the chances he got so far.
No, there's some fights where he's sitting next to someone and he'll be invis and he'll wait till the last moment to duel instead
Or
of
he
just
runs around
attacking.
in a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Like,
has
should I
happened.
go down?
You'll
Should I
see
go
it if you
now?
pay attention.
Oh,
Like that
Zorp.
Undying kill, he just sat next to him instead of attacking and ulting.
This a bit who feels like from what's it called, Rick and Morty.
It is.
Yeah, that's the character.
Yeah.
From that TV series.
Well, they made it into like a parody actually after the Zorp episode.
Colorino with the mud gold.
Oh,
Tinker's
teleport
coming.
onto the mud golem.
Yeah, but Disruptor ult very well placed
Oh,
with
that
the
was so
Spectre
bad.
ult to
And-
There
boot.
you go.
Oh my god.
There's a good deal.
What a double kill! The bait!
And the GG.
Colorino.
3-2-2.
Oh man.
100 dual damage. Perfectly rounded.
Is Colorino Sparhawk?
Yes.
Okay.
At 32 minutes, 22 seconds, 100 damage from Legion. Careful.
I mean, the downside is, if this game does keep going really, really late, the Radiant team is going to win.
Oh yeah, definitely. Spectre will get up. Even though she has terrible farm right now, she will eventually get up.
Yeah.
And
Alright,
probably just
so
Thorn,
pull him.
Spectre, and Legion are
OD's
amazing.
gonna
in that
have
game.
his Octarine really soon. How big of a deal is that? Is it really a big deal at all? Is the
I wouldn't go
lifesteal
Octarine.
that huge?
No.
I wouldn't go Octarine.
No, I wouldn't, yeah.
Well, he's got a soul booster. He's sitting at
BKB.
2700 still. And if
I mean, I'll
I'm
go
thinking
BKB or something
OD
like that.
out, I'm thinking he's thinking Octarine.
So far, everything that killed him, was just the Disruptor ultimate, or Jakiro just stopping him somewhere.
He needs
he
a
gets
BKB.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
If he gets his ultimate core, he won't heal anything because he's silenced or stunned or something like that. Because of BKB, he just he already has damage and an ability with his team, with his Undying with Guardian Grease and shit ton of heal. And even Nuclear Virus, he'll just
Yep, and
the same.
there's the Octarine core on OD. I really wonder the lifesteal.
Terrible. The
Whoa, we got some
lifesteal, yeah.
big jumps by Storm Spirit, but he's not hitting anything.
Yeah.
Because Zorp has his BKB. Stakes almost has a Yules.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
So if we're looking in a little bit of a bigger picture things, consistent problems that we're noticing out of Radiant or Dire, what would you say some of the bigger ones that we're seeing from the Radiant are? I mean, we've got
Teamwork.
well, of course, coordination is definitely not a strong suit.
Coordination items.
Some of their
Just
items are
abilities,
questionable.
I guess. I think the way they initiate, they don't have a looking at coordination, they don't the way they initiate, they don't have a specific initiator. Whatever happens, we're gonna just roll with it.
Yeah, let's see how this goes.
Oh, nice ultimate and a duel and perfect. Free kill.
Oh,
Never
look at
mind.
the initiation
No.
from Legion. It's not going anywhere. Oh, that's the
so
OD
bad.
ultimate too, man. The Macro Pyre to boot? That's a lot of
Why
spells
is
being
OD
dropped,
turning
but it doesn't
around?
look like
He's
anybody's
just
dying.
Hitting them.
They lost
Why
their
OD is,
spirit.
turning around.
Yeah.
If they had carried detection again, they would have seen the Disruptor coming forward, and they would have seen the Legion Commander coming forward.
That's
If
like
you notice in that fight, Legion was unsure of who to duel.
Yeah, I watched her run around again, thinking about going on Cole or not.
Like, your priorities for Legion should be Earth Spirit, OD, then Tinker.
Yeah, it's important to work out an order of operations in your head of who do I go after first? If not this person, then who do I go after next? And just kind of things like that.
The thing is, he still has a 10-second BKB.
Yeah, he hasn't used
If
it
you
yet.
ask me,
Yeah, he should have used it last fight
like,
instead of getting blown
if you
up.
really ask me, I would just put my BKB and I will go on to the Winter Wyvern because he's the only one who can control you through the BKB.
And again, we've got
Genuinely.
Legion Commander using the ultimates to secure that last hit.
Well,
Yeah.
if they play together, I would say the Spectre should ult and go for Winter Wyvern right away, while Legion goes for either Earth Spirit or OD. So the
yeah, but
Spectre
like,
can
you
blow up.
already noticed that they don't have any team
Yeah.
coordination.
Yeah, what's so loud over
So
there?
if we're looking like 5 solo players, pretty much
Plus,
here.
the Storm Spirit should go straight for Winter Wyvern or Undying too. Like they have enough people that they can win team fights. It's just the teamwork's not very there.
Spectre has his Manta completed, and he's got a Blade of Alacrity on top of him. You think he's getting Diffusal now?
He should have got a Diffusal before the Manta, probably.
Yeah.
Well, with him going Vanguard,
Oh, yeah, I think
especially.
you go for, like you go for Yasha and then Diffuse with the Manta.
Yeah, that's how I would have done it.
Yeah,
That way,
Manta,
when he
like,
ults, his illusions could have done a lot of damage to their supports and stuff.
Yeah. He's been misusing his ultimate quite a lot so far. Like he isn't like catching off people in the back. Like he uses it to
To
like,
scout,
just,
it feels
he
like.
uses it. Yeah, pretty much a scout.
Like when Legion was about to duel, he should have ulted to create confusion before they dueled
Yeah.
and everything.
So looking at how this game is going, like how much Dire's trolling, they're probably still gonna
Yeah,
win.
they're trolling a little bit.
My
Earth Spirit
opinion.
has a Helmet Dom, so he's just been like grabbing creeps and moving them around as he needs to.
Yeah, for the Tinker teleport, so that's pretty
Yeah,
smart
yeah.
actually.
I mean, that is smart because you have
not
that
bad.
Tinker.
If you ask me, like this third spirit is probably their best player. Like,
You can
he's
see
in
him
too
there.
much. Uh,
I have a friend that plays Earth Spirit. He tells me all the time it's the hero, not the player.
well, I mean, I have like 100 games on Earth Spirit, and I have like 20% in. Haven't played a hero for shit.
It's one of those heroes like Meepo. You can either play it or you can't.
Like for example, like Meeple, I have like 80% win rate on Meeple. Meeple's super easy. The first spirit is like for example, like doing the combo isn't that hard. Like winning with the hero is so hard.
Having an impact with Earth Spirit at all points in the game, I will agree, is a little bit difficult. But
Early
kinda
and
takes
mid
some
game, he's
finesse.
fantastic, but it's late game that it's hard for
Yeah,
him.
like people just start getting BKBs and like something much useless.
yeah, as soon as
Yeah,
the
because
BKBs
like
come
they
online,
disabled like the pull off the third ability, like they used to like be able to pull the heroes. Sigma doesn't do anything before.
So
the
Spectre does have the
BKB,
Diffusal
yeah.
finished. That'll be really helpful in these next upcoming fights. If anyone gets silenced out, he can use the Diffusal Blade to get rid of silence too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colorino's going in.
There you go.
Comes the
There's
duel.
and another one.
Duel's
Like he
not
keeps
gonna
doing these duels and then he gets
Yeah.
he gets ulted by Intervivor.
double
Like,
kill
this
for
is so
Colorino. Thanatos is able to
And
just blow everybody up on the backside.
Corino.
And Spectre is gonna die on the back end to
Yeah,
Hello
I
Reddit.
think you're just controlling her perfectly. Yeah, this should be a GG. Yeah, this just directly just.
It really
I think
just
they
came
have
down to
enough
the
time
Dire
to
team
finish it.
has better teamwork in fights than the Radiant team.
Yeah.
And they
I
brought
think we have,
wards! I'm so happy about that.
Like one
Yeah.
other thing I would say is like
Warrior
Disruptor
here.
should have Russian Ags for the team fights to counter BKBs
there,
and
too.
items.
What is this? We got a Deso on.
To help push, man. Don't you know how that item works?
Clearly, gotta have that negative armor on buildings.
You gotta remember, Batty, he's not a real doctor.
Yo, I got
I mean,
a
he
bachelor's of
doesn't read-
science and I got many certifications. That's all I
He
gotta
doesn't
say.
read the hero lore. He doesn't read what items do.
Alright.
I mean, why did people let him coach him?
I don't know why they're pushing like the mirror creeps. They could have just
They
finished the
coulda
game
just-
right now. Like
Yeah.
just finish the game.
They're playing with their food.
Oh, can I evil?
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be the end of this game.
I mean, this is an in-house. The Radiant team could just GG and end it.
They could, but hey, sometimes you gotta get a couple more kills out of moral means. And
They've got that never give up,
Blow it
never
again.
surrender mindset.
Well, I
Yeah.
did call it early that Tinker was going to have a bigger impact than Storm.
Oh, Spectre.
The Dire have sacrificed
And there's a GG.
The Doom? Nice. Doom.
See, that's all he had to do every team fight, and they probably would have won.
So, let's see, who do you think was MVP? Who was the worst player? I think Third Spirit best. Jakiro worst.
I would actually say Spectre needs coaching. He would, because of his item builds were not great for this game, and it really hurt his team.
Like, when you look at Spectre, like, I know, like, he's bad, but like, his support messed up his lane more than, like, he did. For example,
I feel like
he had to go on a Vanguard, like, you don't want ever to go on a Vanguard and expect to unless, like, you really need just regen.
I feel like Jakiro had a lot of problems with positioning, and Jakiro is so dependent on positioning.
Yeah.
That was a big problem there.
Alright,
Well,
so
GG.
we're between a few different people right now, right? As it seems. We're between the Jakiro, the Spectre, and... What are
Well,
our
the
thoughts
Winter
on the Winter
Wyvern.
Wyvern too? Because
I would say the Winter Wyvern from the Dire team, and probably the Spectre from the Radiant team.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, but I saw that in chat. GC Fungus was trying to tell him what to do with Wyvern. I'm not sure he plays it then necessarily.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, he
That's
probably
the only thing
never
with that.
played.
yeah, I noticed that coming in. I noticed that commentary too.
Because he knew what to do support-wise, and he knew how to play. It just didn't seem like he knew how to play that hero.
Yeah.
Will there be more games, or this is the last one?
Oh no, we'll do another one after we have a little bit of a more comprehensive chat with anyone that wants to be a part of it from either team. We're just going to do a little bit of a summation of how maybe the Radiant team could have approached it a little bit better to have succeeded with success, and things that the Dire maybe could have done to optimize the progression throughout the game. So that should only take us a
Honestly,
little bit.
Honestly, if the Spectre would have gone the Batman build, just the easy stats, it would have helped their early game a lot, and they probably wouldn't have snowballed as much.
Yeah, but like the Batman build, like I don't think like the thing is like when you go on the Vanguard and the Spectre, it means like you hang a terrible lane, like, and you want just to survive that thing, and he did. He had like a Nerd Spirit and a Undying on that thing. So for example, like I know that the item by itself is bad, but I don't feel like you can just go for the Urn and Vanguard and like face off. All those items are just like they don't give you much effectiveness by themselves. Like they're way too small.
I think the Spectre also needs to learn, or not necessarily learn, but just come up with different solutions for how to kind of keep up, stay relevant without just, bouncing from lane to lane. Because, I mean, you do want to be farming, but what do you do when you're a Spectre and you can't find that? Like, how do you make up for it?
Well, you like you have your supports to create your space. So like you can always go for the enemy jungle, I guess. Like they weren't jungling, like the enemy wasn't jungling that much. Like they were mostly like just yanking there, like the enemy, the Radiant jungle. You could have gone that. You could have gone. You could have asked, for example, like support pretty much babysit you for the first 20 minutes, pretty much.
Well, it'll be
Really get some
interesting
items.
talking with people after this, Sky,
The chance of getting people together for that,
or just through chat.
I
through
think
your
it's
stream.
just going to be much more through chat and us as the quote-unquote panel. And then I'll put up a straw poll with the
Popular
with
suggestion.
yeah. Well, I didn't really see anything too active coming through chat because I was trying to pay attention to it. But in terms of the person who would best use the time spent with me, let's take 3 people total. I'll put them on a straw poll. We'll drop that in chat. And
Vector Jakiro,
I mean, you could say the Spectre's probably never played Spectre recently in the past few patches, too, because that's a really old build with Vanguard, Treads,
yeah,
and Manta.
okay, 2 years old, even more.
Yeah, that's like 3 or 4 patches ago, honestly.
It'd be interesting to hear what was happening too within their own teams, because we were discussing about trying to make space for Spectre using the supports, but
I mean, for
was
a while there,
Spectre
they left him
requesting
alone, but
yeah.
Like, if they wanted to create space, they would need a Storm Spirit and Legion Commander to be very active. Like, they want to have like Legion Commander have a early blink or early shadow wave, so like you can pretty much like create space out of fear, because like if they don't know where she is, she would be creating their fear, and that would mean Spectre could pretty much free farm on a lane even if there is nobody keeping her there, like to keep her safe. Spore Spirit should have been more active, I guess. I guess Spore Spirit tries really hard this game. He really didn't
Alright,
manage
well,
to do it.
Jakiro has opted to not be in the poll because he's going to be scheduling coaching with me anyway. So let's break out 3 people that we want to put in on the straw poll, who we feel
Pretty much
could
Spectre
get
didn't
the.
like that one.
I think we all agree that Spectre could benefit.
And
Yeah,
Winter Wyvern.
And
I don't think
Wyvern.
he like even have to pretty much. Like just pretty much Spectre I think liked it. If Jakiro doesn't want, I think Spectre is the best.
Alright, well, how about we just go between those 2? We take one person from each team between the Spectre and the Winter Wyvern,
Yeah.
and I'll throw that in as our poll in chat. So,
Yeah.
we'll throw this in the chat. And, 1 second.
Report to for spamming.
Alright, guys.
And Spectre is being voted pretty much. Yeah, Spectre.
Alright, the link is in chat.
Report noob carry can't farm. Careful. Like, hearing how bad this Spectre plays, like, it's like, let's say like he's a bad player, but like, when you look at it, he also didn't have much chance, like, even if he was a little bit good, like, he didn't get much chance to play very well. Like,
Well, you're
all the time
relying
he was
on
just
your
hiding.
Yeah, you're relying on your teammates a lot if you're playing Spectre to make space, and I think
Yeah.
it was very difficult that game for her to get any sort of space.
Spectre is one of those heroes that only shines if the team does well as a whole. It's not like any mage where you can put the team on your back as much.
Yeah.
You need the team to actually help you out and 4v5 it for a bit.
Yeah,
So you
they
can just
should have
ult in
brought
and
that
get kills.
disruptor bottom. That's really the biggest thing. They needed to get that
I told
disruptor
you.
bottom much earlier. I
That
don't think
disruptor would have stopped Earth Spirit.
Yeah,
'cause
they
you can
could have
just
zoned, and they could have just popped the static storm on him to zone as well, and just, you know, the added benefit of 2 ranged right clickers to get rid of 2 melees instead of relying only on 1 melee, or excuse me, 1 ranged. Like, it all does help because, in theory, a Legion commander should be able to get enough benefit of the offlane through just getting experience in the lane, getting an Iron Talon, and farming the large camp
Yeah,
between
Iron
the
Talon.
waves and stuff like that. The Legion
That's what
commander
I
should
do.
be okay in the offlane. Everything should be okay.
Yeah,
But
Queen of Command can solve that probably.
I think they could have probably done much better if they did a 1-1-3 off the get-go. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I said at the beginning. I was like, why is Disruptor up here? I mean, if Earth Spirit rolls in, you just disrupt them back and oh wow, Earth Spirit's gone.
I think like the way that Legion thought of this, like she had like free farm on her lane, like she had a pretty easy lane against those, and then she didn't notice that her Spectre and like the other support was losing the other lane, and then what happened? Like she was underfarmed with those like with only brown boots and what's their item called? Armlet.
Well, I think it's really disappointing because they have two heroes rather that should make a lot of space. You've got your Storm, you've got your Legion Commander, but because Legion Commander wasn't allowed to get her 6 very quickly because they did have the dual lane, I think that was a problem as well. And again, when you have a Spectre, you want to keep your Spectre as safe as possible. You need her to get what she needs within, X amount of minutes to really, not have a terrible game. And I think that was a bit of an issue there.
Yeah, at least get like that minimum Batman like phase plus CERN plus wand, like just that minimum build, if possible. Like that should enable her to farm and also enable her to join kills. For example, like, if she's near a kill, she gets like a earn charge. She can use like to earn charge to really farm the jungle, or she can use it to fight for the next team fight.
Okay, guys.
Either way, she would be active.
So
Yeah,